Alright, we are back with another D&D movie time, and to finish out this month, like we've been doing, we are doing another comedy, and the comedy we will be watching tonight is My Cousin Vinny. I can't remember if you've watched The Karate Kid. I think you've seen parts of it, but I don't think you've actually sat down and watched the whole movie. But you have watched Home Alone, so you should definitely recognize Vinny. And you've seen the Spider-Man movies, so you should recognize Marisa Tomei, who played Aunt May. But yeah, this is a comedy, and I think I'm actually not even sure how Cora's going to react to this. Hopefully she'll understand it and she'll get it. But it's a courtroom comedy, so are you ready?
Yep.
Alright, we will see you after the movie with Cora's final verdict.
Bye.
A funny thing happened to William and Stanley on their way to college.
At what point did you shoot the clerk?
They got framed for murder.
Whoa! Wait a minute!
Now, two kids from New York are in deep trouble
It's time to make your phone call.
The clients here, they're inbred. They sleep with their sisters.
in the deep south,
Some of them do.
and only one man can save them.
We need to call an attorney, a great attorney.
He's not your typical hero.
We got an attorney in the family. Great, who?
He's
My cousin Vinny. You're sticking like a sore thumb around here. Oh, yeah, you blend.
You graduated from law school 6 years ago. What have you been doing since?
Studying for the bar. That's a lot of studying.
What's this over here?
You never heard of grit?
Sure. I just actually never seen a grit before.
it's his first case.
Now, did I tell you to dress appropriately?
You were serious about that? The way you handled that, Judge. Oh, you're a smooth talker. You are.
It's their last chance.
The two youths.
Did you say utes?
Yeah, two youths.
What is a ute?
But with Vinny's style,
I wore this ridiculous thing for you.
and Vinny's girlfriend,
We agreed to get married as soon as you won your first case. My biological clock is ticking like this. And the way this case is going, I ain't never getting married.
they're dead meat.
May I have permission to treat Miss Vito as a hostile witness? You think I'm hostile? Now wait till you see me tonight.
Joe Pesci is My Cousin Vinny.
You two know each other?
Yeah, she's my fiancée.
Well, that certainly explains the hostility.
Alright, so we just finished My Cousin Vinny. What was this movie about, Cora?
It was about basically two group of guys that was just having a casual day going to New York,
No, they're coming from New York.
coming from New York. And they went to a shop or a gas station. They went back in their car. Spoiler alert, they accidentally took a car that looked like theirs, but it wasn't.
Well, just stick with what happened. Just stick with what happens. Let's go. So they go to a convenience store, then what?
Then a murder happens. But at the exact same time, the other dude shiplifts.
What?
Shiplifts.
Shoplifts?
Shoplifts.
Accidentally shoplifted what?
A can of tuna.
Quit playing with your shoes. Sit up.
What shoe?
So, what happens?
So then they basically think just because of one can have tuna missing, they're going to jail.
So they get arrested.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they think that it's not murder.
You mean they think they're getting arrested for shoplifting?
Yes.
But the cops are talking about a murder.
Yes. Now cops have to say, so do you know that you killed this person?
No,
that should be
they
the
said,
first.
when did you kill the clerk?
That
Because
should
they're
be,
never saying that.
That should be the first. The first question.
Okay.
So, in case of this particular thing happening,
So they finally realize they're being arrested for murder and accessory to murder. What do they do?
they go ahead and call a lawyer.
Well, they call his mother, and the mother says there's a lawyer in the family. And who's the lawyer?
What's the name of the movie again?
My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, Vinny's the lawyer.
So anyways, Vinny shows up, and who is Vinny? Where do you know him from?
Home Alone.
Who was he in Home Alone?
Harry.
Okay. Why are you saying things so weird?
Kids are crazy.
Oh, that's quite obvious. And who was one of the kids? Do you remember that kid? Ralph Macchio? The Karate Kid?
I never watched it.
I thought you'd seen it a little bit before.
I never watched it.
Okay, well good. Then you'll have a fun time watching it and learning all about Mr. Miyagi.
I never want to learn karate.
We're probably going to watch that in August. Because once school starts, we might dive into Cobra Kai. Anyways, so Ray shows up.
And he goes to jail the first 2 times.
Okay, you're jumping too far ahead.
That does happen.
Yeah, but first he meets with them, and the guy misunderstands what Vinny's talking about and thinks it's one thing, but it's something else. And so finally he says, he's going to help him. And we learn that he hasn't been practicing for very long. His lucky number seems to be 6. And his girlfriend got cheated by this guy at a bar who was supposed to pay her $200 since she won a game of pool. And what happens there?
Basically, we've got 2 stories going on.
I'm just saying, what happens at the bar? What is the agreement between Vinny and the cheater, JT?
That they're both going to kick each other butts, and one got in.
No, he says, if I kick your butt, then I get the $200? He's like, yeah, if you kick my butt, I'll give you the $200. But he doesn't have the 200, does he?
Yeah, he just wrapped the 1 or 2, a bunch of 2.
Well, he didn't have any money the first time, and then the second time, he's like, how do I know that's not a 20 with a bunch of 1s wrapped inside? They was trying to cheat him again for $200.
To do the exact same scene. A 2.
Did you like how that resolved once he actually did have the $200?
Mm-hmm.
Went down with one hit. Boom. So anyways, so after meeting Vinny and learning that Vinny doesn't have a lot of experience, one of the friend, the one being charged with accessory, he decides to go with the public defender, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how does the public defender work out for him? Why?
stutters like I'm stuttering.
A little bit worse than that, but it's comical how bad his stutter is. But yeah, he chalks it up to his nerves. But then Vinny comes along and he questions the same guy. And then what happens?
Vinny is somehow a good loyal. When he's not even a good loyal.
How did he prove the first guy wrong, though? Is what I was getting at. Maybe the laws of physics cease to exist on your stove.
Yeah, because he was cooking food, I believe. Grits. And to be able to make and eat grits is like 20 minutes.
Takes the whole world 20 minutes, but on your stove it only takes 5.
Yeah.
Were these magic grits?
Yeah, and he said he saw the murder happen in 5 minutes. Here how it goes. He saw 2 dudes walking. He had breakfast. In 5 minutes. After just 5 minutes, gunshot happens. There seem to be 2 people. Go back in the car and drive off.
Yep.
And how is that possible? And 3 stops, the middle one should take way much more longer than I said it.
Yeah, he said it could have been wrong, but so then we move on to the next guy, another witness that said he saw him through his window, and how does he disprove that witness?
He got the bunch of things in his way. A dirty window, another dirty window, bushes, trees, and leaves blocking it.
Yep.
And so many more. Like I'm pretty sure a bird had to fly by at some point.
And he also makes a point to point out that the guy only says 5 bushes, but it was actually 7, so he couldn't even count how many bushes were in the picture correctly. So how could he point out 2 guys like a block away?
Yeah, and if I believe so, the next one is a woman. I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but I'm
No,
pretty sure the next one is a woman. And the way he proves it is this woman needs thicker glasses. Literally, because she said that she saw them, I'm pretty sure, 100 miles away.
No, she was like a block away.
A block away.
Like 100 feet.
100 feet. And he proves it by getting a
Tape measure.
Going 50 feet.
Which is only half the distance.
And she can't even see how many fingers he was holding. He was like, he's holding up 2 fingers.
Let the court know that she is holding up 2 fingers.
He held it again, but this time without the court saying anything. She said 4 when he is literally still holding up the regular 2.
Yep.
Yet, no way that you saw those people from 100 feet away when you can't even count a person's fingers from 50 feet away.
Yep. That was the point. And then, so he finally gets some sleep that night, right? And where does he finally get sleep?
Outside in the wilderness in the car.
No, in the prison.
In the prison. Well, there's even more loud noise.
Yeah, but the joke is that he would be used to those kinds of noises. Anyways, so then they bring in the FBI technician who basically says that the rubber found at the scene on the tire tracks matches the rubber that was used on the tires of the vehicle. And then Joe Pesci comes up there and he's like, well, isn't it possible that both vehicles have the same brand of tire? Because that brand is the most popular and most used brand at this moment. And they're like, yeah, but it couldn't be. So it's not looking good for Joe. And he's kind of freaking out, studying everything he can to try to find a way out. And what ends up happening in the final moments? Who does he put on the stand?
Oh, the other court dude.
He puts a dude up there? That did not look like a dude. That looked like Marisa Tomei.
Marisa Tomei, yeah.
And who is she? Who is she throughout the movie?
His wife.
Not his wife, his fiancée. And basically, he puts her on the stand to disprove everything that guy said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And does she?
Yep.
But what else does she do? She disproves what he's been saying, too. Because he was saying that two sets of guys had the exact same colored vehicle, the exact same type of vehicle, with the exact same tires. But when she sees the tire marks, she's like, no, you're wrong, because the second vehicle was a totally different vehicle. And then she explains how it's possible. So what ends up happening with the case?
Then basically they found out it was accidentally stored.
No, they found the correct vehicle and they found the killers, and they matched the gun that killed the store clerk in another town over. So
Then case closed.
well, that didn't answer my question. Well, not case closed, case dismissed.
Please, the case is dismissed. Still, it was them. It's over with them.
They got released and everybody lives happily ever after, right?
Yeah, except the killers. But still, with them, case closed.
Yeah. So, alright, when we get back from this recess, we're going to go ahead and get Cora's and mine final verdicts on this courtroom comedy. So we will see you all in about 45 seconds.
This call.
For thousands of years, the world has been protected by the Guardian of Light, or as he is more commonly known, Santa Claus. Over the centuries, factors such as fear and prejudice, greed and jealousy, misunderstandings, betrayal and war have segregated most humans from the magical world of elves, fairies, wizards, and the like. This has resulted in many misconceptions and generalizations of the true nature of Santa and his world.
This 6-book series by Sean Connaughton begins as the current of a long series of Guardians is murdered by a group of monstrous enemies recently escaped from an enchanted South Pole prison. These creatures are loyal to the darkness, an evil force determined to exterminate the light in order to enslave all creatures of the world.
Shane Connor, an average young man, suddenly finds himself being trained as the new Guardian. As he adapts to his new life among fantastic creatures, he goes on an adventurous quest with a legendary wizard for the ultimate weapon to use against the darkness, and faces murderous enemies like Rasputin, Morgana Le Fay, Krampus, and many more.
Along with his best friend Joe Gomez, Shane encounters politics, history, mysterious murders, new loves, his own hidden past, and racial dynamics among the fantasy races that turn out to be all too real. Their adventures reveal the true nature of the world and challenge the current state of how all races interact.
This series expertly melds myths, legends, history, faiths, folklore, and secret societies into a fascinating, cohesive, comprehensive world of wonder and magic.
From Atlantis to Olympus, from Hades to the moon, and from broomstick races to Christmas deadlines, join the new Santa Claus on his amazing journey. But beware! Will Shane's quest achieve his ultimate goal of destroying the darkness and preserving the light of the world? Or is he actually playing right into a plot by dark forces that will result in his, and our, ultimate doom?
So make your list and check it twice for the Guardian of Light book series. Download your audiobook or ebook today from Audible, Amazon, or iTunes.
Waste is awful.
Alright, Cora. What would your final verdict for this movie be?
9 out of 10. I did not get half or basically any of the jokes in the movie.
Really? I find that shocking since they were clearly in your face. This isn't like that deep of a comedy. Like the whole idea of when those loud noises keep going off, that he can't get sleep. The fact that he keeps calling the guy out. The comedy comes from also the fact that the way he talks to the people on the stand. Like when he's like, are these magic grits? Did you buy your grits from the same guy who sold Jack his beanstalk beans?
Okay, that was funny. That's the only funny I got.
And you knew that guy, the grits guy? He's from Stargate.
Oh, yeah.
He's Chicken Man.
What is this chicken? Give me more.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure exactly like that. I think the episode's like a couple
Nehru's.
Okay.
That was the Gwawuld's name, Nehru's.
Yeah, but that's
And who did he work for?
That says a Stargate, Dad!
Yeah, but I'm just saying, who did Nehru's work for? Ball. You don't remember Ball? Anyways. What was your favorite scene in the movie?
That one probably that you just said.
Who was your favorite character?
The dude that was questioning the good guy in the scene.
Joe Pesci?
Yeah. Yeah.
Vinny?
Yeah. Are your grits magic? Did you buy your grits from the exact same dude that sold the beanstalks and Jack and the Beanstalks?
I think as you get older, I think if you rewatch this a couple more times, and as you get older and you understand more of the world and what's in the world, I think some of the jokes will start to make a lot more sense. And I think another scene will probably become your favorite. Anything else you want to say about this movie before we move on? No? Okay. Then moving on to my score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd have to give this also probably a 9 out of 10. It's a really good comedy. I really do enjoy watching it every single time. The jokes always make me laugh the same. It's not like gut busting, but it is pretty funny. And it's always nice to watch how his attitude towards everybody and how people come around. I especially love watching Marisa Tomei. She is a knockout. She has always been a knockout. Also, I like the fact, I know a lot of minor actors and actresses, well, mostly just actors in this. The judge is from Son-in-Law, which we've reviewed on the channel already. He played the father in that. He's also in a horror movie that I want to watch with Cora one day. He was in The Munsters, which I actually recently watched on my own. Cora's watched a little bit with me, but mostly it was just me. I know the guy who played the defense attorney. Oh wait, I meant the judge. Sorry, I moved on to the judge. The defense attorney was the one from Son-in-Law. And he was also in Lois and Clark. The judge was the one from a horror movie in Monsters. I'm sure he's done other stuff. I'm not entirely familiar with a lot of his work besides those two things, but yeah, I even know the public defender too. I just cannot remember off the top of my head exactly where I know the public defender from. Yeah. One of the witnesses was, I believe, one of the guys from Blues Brothers. So I know quite a few of the actors in this movie. But yeah, I mean, it's a good, solid movie, and it's something I could, if it's on, I'll enjoy watching it. If it's there, I'll be like, yeah, I'll finish watching this. Ralph Macchio, I was a big Karate Kid fan, and I'm a big Cobra Kai fan, so it's nice to have another movie that I've always known, like, oh, I know where I know this guy from, so. But, alright, that is going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. When we come back next month, we will be starting our Blockbuster Summer Hits. And also, we will be having Shark Week. We'll be kicking kind of Shark Week off on July 4th when we review Jaws. And then we got the week after that, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we will have special Shark Week episodes. And that Friday, we'll actually have 2 episodes. So, we'll have one for Shark Week, and then we'll have one for our normal Friday episode. So, alright, also, by the way, I am still running my competition. If you have read one of my books and you like my book series, and you want a free copy of Book 6 when it comes out in September, be sure to check the description below. Email me a picture of you with whichever book in the series is your favorite, and I will show the videos, I'll show the pictures when I announce the winners. So be sure to do that if you want a free signed copy of Book 6 as soon as it becomes available on Amazon this September. And I'll announce those winners probably towards the end of August. So, alright, with that said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode, and we will see you all in the next episode.